Hello and welcome back to the stream in the lair of the degenerates. We are here this morning for another little paladin action. Um, we're gonna start off grinding a couple of AVs before the maintenance, because we still have a maintenance at the 10 East. Um, um, yeah, and during the maintenance, we are going to watch episode 2 of Barney 64 Scarab Lord Adventures. Um, it's a small episode. It's like 30 something minutes. And then we're just going to hope that the maintenance is done and go straight back into AV. Um, we decided to try something new today. First, we're dual streaming on YouTube. We have horizontal and vertical. I hope it goes well. We'll see after. Also, since AV is a complete snooze fest to grind, we came up with the idea of the Wheel of Misfortunes. What is the Wheel of Misfortunes? It's here, this over here. There we go. All right. So every time I lose an AV match, we spin the wheel. We have a couple of options here to spice up things up. And one loss equal we spin. It resets on a win. And let's hope we finish on a win before maintenance, because I'm going to be plagued with the misfortunes for the time during the maintenance. So let's get right into it right now. We managed to snag a couple of pieces of PvP gear. I think last time on stream I bought the... was it last time or the time before? I think it was last Thursday. I bought the rank 14 weapon and shield for tanking. I bought the rank 14 shoulders that we got here. I can't show you on vertical, but anyway. Just join the horizontal one. And after that, we managed to get the rare boots, the rare chest, and now we have enough honor to buy the helm. But what I think we're going to do is keep on grinding to get the epic gloves. So once the epic gloves are in our possession, we simply have to grind a little bit of honor, a little bit more of honor for the helm and the legs. But the legs, I have to win a Warzone Gulch, because I need 3 Warzone Gulch marks. But I don't know, every time I join a Warzone Gulch and I'm not with some friends, it's always really painful. People turtle the flags. The game drags on for way too long. Just pretty painful. But it is what it is. We need 3 marks for the pants, and we need 5 marks for the 2 rings and I want to say the cloak. Yeah, it is the cloak. So yeah, we're gonna have to do some Warzone Gulch in the near future. For now, since we only have an hour before maintenance, we're just gonna do some quick AVs. And here we go.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Keep your feet on the ground.
I don't know if it's going to be like yesterday night, but yesterday night the Horde managed to snag a lot of wins. They looked like they switched up their strat. They kept a lot more people on defense, and it made the games either stretch out really long until like we were out of reinforcements or whatever, or they pulled Van really quickly, even though they still had towers up. So let's see what scenario it is this morning. I'm really excited to watch Barney's second episode again today. I hope you guys are excited for that too. Our classic trusty double espresso latte. And let's get some Qs here. Q pops. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Over here it was freezing cold. I think it went down like the minus 35 Celsius, which is pretty freezing. At that temperature, we can't even go outside, play with the kids, or, well, we could, but I mean, we're gonna go outside and like 2 minutes later, they're gonna want to come back in. So, I mean, it's not worth it to get them all suited up just for a couple of minutes. Only about 9 days till TBC launch. Pretty excited for that too. Just feel like I'm not really ready, but I guess we'll go into TBC with what we have at that point. But pretty sure that today we can. I'm pretty sure we can manage to get enough honor for the not here for the epic gloves. 8400. We're a little bit past halfway there. Pretty good upgrade. I mean, get more strength, a lot more stam, int instead of spirit. And there's our Q. Let's go.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Doop 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 doop. Alright. Let's see if we get a win or we have to spin the wheel. Some of the options on the wheel are pretty spicy. I mean, over here we got RP walk only, play with sunglasses, float spin on the lip. That's gonna be a spicy one. Got my float spin here. They're pretty potent. They squeeze a lot. Also, what do we have? Oh yeah, become a full-time clicker. Play one-handed. No weapons. Defend only, and no armor. So yeah, should make things a little bit more spicy. I was also trying to get another wheel going, but for subs on YouTube and follows on Twitch, but I just didn't manage to get both at the same time. So I figured that the misfortunes are more fun to watch than simple stuff. Maybe on Thursday we'll be able to get both wheels going. Alright, classic strat, going to Galv, because we have a slow mount. Also have to do that, my epic quest mount, but it's money consuming. I also trained fishing because I want to level that for TBC. Gonna level fishing and cooking at the same time. There's some pretty hefty guides there that you can level cooking primarily with all the fish you fish, which is pretty good. instead of trying to get all the different kind of meats to level up cooking. Alright. Still freezing cold here. A little bit less than this weekend. I think it's around minus 25 at the moment. Oh no, okay, well yeah. With the wind it feels like minus 18. It's not that bad. Celsius that is. Not freedom units. Do, 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 do. Where's this guy? Alright. Alright, we got an aggro here. Healers are on par. Okay. Pet has hunted back. It's great. Fuck. God. I don't want to waste DP here for this. Hunted back. So healer doesn't have aggro. Alright, kill time here is pretty slow. Let the range kill it. Yeah, it was like, did everybody do the same thing as me? Do, 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 do. So classic strat, we kill Galv, then we go to Trek. Let other people get the towers. Maybe cap a graveyard in the meantime at Frostwolf. It's still up. But usually epic mounters are already past here and yeah, exactly. It's already capped. Just gotta make sure that there's no horde back capping here. Check the graveyard. Empty. All good. Keep on going up. Say up, but it's down. Going south. I thought I saw a horde, but I think it's an NPC. Yesterday, during one of my games, there was a paladin that was hiding amongst the NPCs here. RD towers capped. Raw, pretty sure. Might as well go and check, just to be sure. All good. Yeet. Yeet. Alright, we got a healthy pool of players here waiting for Drek. I still forgot to download the capping add-on for the timers. Usually there's a lot of people announcing it, but they already have both bunkers. Well, they're not capped, but they're... I mean, they're not destroyed, but they're capping it. Choo-choo! Coming like a train. You feel me? Still have 3 War Masters up. If anybody knows where the nameplates distance is, I thought the distance went up for. What the fuck is this? Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh well. It's gonna be our first spin at the wheel of misfortunes. Let's see what we get here. Let's close this ad. Alright. So here we go. Oh god, we're starting hot. Alright. Let's start with a little clothespin. There we go.
Well met.
Hope I don't drool everywhere because I can't close my mouth properly. Okay, it's not gonna fall. If it falls, let's just put it back on. Alright, we're starting hot this morning with the wheel of some misfortunes. There we go. Shit, how the fuck am I gonna drink my coffee now? God. Bad idea. I think I'm gonna drink my coffee after wins. It's not falling off. Good. Alright. Let's play another game so we can have a win here and just clear our misfortunes. Oh, how much honor was that? Okay, we got this 5.2k. Gave us almost 500 honor. It's not too shabby for a loss. Alright, there we go. Going up, going down, going up, going down. Alright, these queue times are gonna kill me more than the games. Jesus. What are these guys saying? Saying la 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 la.
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
There we go. Are we gonna have another spin? Or do we reset? Let's see. I don't even know if my unarmed skills is leveled up. Yeah, it is. Okay, it's not too bad. At least, if we go no weapons, we're gonna be able to hit something. Unless it, oh no, it requires melee weapon. Fuck, we can't Crusader strike if we go no weapon. Womp womp womp. Jesus. This thing is starting to ache. Oh. One more minute. Alright, are we? Alright. Both streams seems to be working. Yeah, great. Great. Let's go. Alright. Same strat. Let's hope it doesn't disappoint. Because I think a second of these clothesfin would be for Foster's. So for anyone checking in, we're doing some AVs, fight stuff a bit with the Wheel of Misfortunes. We lost our first game, and we got a clothesfin on the lip. The rules are simple. I lose, I spin. We win, we reset. And that's pretty much it. Bring up our chat here. Chat, you think we're winning this one? Freaking hope so. I think we're all for. We don't have much 100%ers here. Jesus Lord. This thing is starting to regret my life choices here. Yeet. Okay, we got a couple of them that went fast south. I feared. Alright. Got Galf down. Alright, Horde is already on. This guy just got wrecked. One solo Horde thinking he can jump us right there. Jesus. Alright, let's win this. We got a Jesus lover here. Shit. Okay. Got some horde. Yeet. Calf in the graveyard. Let's go. Got it. Jeez, this guy got wrecked. It's rough combat. Mount up. Is there any... Yeah, there's 40 right there. But, yeah, they're alright. They don't need me. Let's go up there and cap. Have one bunker. If we got both towers, that's good. Yeet. Alright, they just got both bunkers. I think timers should be good. Got a range setting, disable, melee, show foul and twist. So, don't need that one. I need it bigger. Bigger. Good. There you go. This one is better. Shows us the line for twisting. They retook the Ice Blood Graveyard. They're back caffing. Probably gonna get Ice Blood Tower soon, I guess. Stone Heart. Okay, no. Tower is down. Stone Heart is this one. Let's go. We have a tank and a healer. A shaman warrior. Oh. Seems like we don't have a tank here. Jesus. Gonna get wrecked again. What? What happened there? What are you doing?
I can't cast that yet. It's too far away.
Gonna lay on hands. I'm gonna die here. God damn it. Fucking hell. You're gonna get it? I know there's a valley here. Jesus. Fuck. fucking mage, man. Jesus Lord. Reset. There, where are we? God damn it, buddy. Are they in?
Oh no! We suck again!
God damn it. Alright. It is what it is. I commit to the wheel of misfortunes. Let's see what we hit. This one isn't too bad. Since it's pretty dark in my room, playing with sunglasses might be a bit difficult.
What's on your mind?
There we go. Let's join another battle. Let's hope for a win now. We want to reset. Starting to Jesus. Oh my God, this is harder than I thought with the sunglasses. Alright, we got like 25 minutes till shut down for the maintenance. Just hope we get a win here. $5,900. So we need 83. 8415. If we go and do 8415 minus 5932, only need 2400 and something more to get the epic gloves. It's not optimal. Well, we get the 2 set, we don't get the 3 set from it, but we will get the 4 set of the rare set, which reduces the cooldown of our Hammer of Justice by 10 seconds. The same thing as the 3 set for the epic, but well, we can't get vote. Oh my God, it's hard to speak with this thing in my mouth. Jesus. There we go. Alright. Pray for a win. We want a win. Are we just Vlad? Looks like it. Like we suck. Suck again.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine, and you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
There we go. Should we? Any chats here? Just making sure that the chats are showing. Happy we finally managed to get vote vertical and horizontal going on YouTube. That's great. Plus our Twitch. We are everywhere.
I'm Ozzy Osbourne, and I'm the Prince of Darkness.
Who remembers that ad for World of Warcraft back in the day? Rest in peace, Ozzy. Hope you're having great parties in hell. Jesus. Alright. And we manage a win here. My phone is about to die. Not this. Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go. Slow mount, unite. All right. With a little bit more light here, would be easier to see with these sunglasses, but it's pretty dark. Can't see shit. Are these gonna try to slow down the horde or something? My. I don't think I can fathom another one of these on my live. Would be egregious. Rope boys, unite! Avoid the tortoise. Deny the seduction of Strifield. Village fortifications and lieutenants of defeated honor. Topful regime of Green Chief. That's a copy fast in the raid chat. Oh, we need a healer here. What's this? Truth. Alright, let's go. Time's up. Oh no, shit. Forgot. Getting cleaved to death here. Missing everything. Let's go. Okay, I suck again. This 40. I always forget I got freedom for this type of shit. Alright, okay, we already attacked the Roswell graveyard. How's the towers at? Still hardy. Tried to set up new sub alerts for YouTube. If any of you guys can try it, would be greatly appreciated. So, see if it shows on screen. I think though you need to have your subscription public for it to work. Is this hard? It is. Just gonna jump this. It's gonna try to backdoor us, but Towers. Green cap. Can't see shit. I have to go and see one myself. Yeah, they are capped. Okay. Oh fuck, dude. Already. What's up with these games, man, today? You fulfilling the boss before it's time? Said it. These guys are getting wiped. Still in combat. Can't eat. Good rest. Main depth. $15 till server shutdown. God damn it. We're gonna lose another one. Come on, come on. We need this win. Oh, yeah. Yes! Freed at last from the misfortunes. Oh. This thing hurt. Alright. Can't see it, but my god. Alright, we probably have time for another game. Let's try to maximize our honor gains this morning. Before we slide into our Scarab Lord watch party. Oh my god. I think that was one of the worst decisions of my... I can't say my life, because I've made some bad decisions back in the past, that's for sure. But, probably of the year. Jesus. What do you got here? All right. Let's try to get a quick game before. Sorry. Let's try to get a quick game before server shutdowns. I was gonna say what's the daily, but it's not reset yet, so it's still AB. At that point, we should hold the area long enough. Okay. Surgeon, Durgeon, Storm Bike. Only in AV, I guess. There we go. Q-pop. Alright, let's hope for a win, because we don't want a misfortune for the watch party. Well, it depends. If it's character misfortune, it's not that bad for the watch party, but it's gonna roll over for after the maintenance. Got my lip. That was only one. Could be worse. 11 minutes. Means we need to do a 10-minute game. How much was this one? No, that's this. That's now. 10 minutes, 42 seconds. 10 minutes, 9 minutes. So we've had a lot of losses. Like I said, it looks like either the Horde stepped up or they changed their strat and it's working. We've had a lot of losses lately. Oh well, when I say lately, today and yesterday. It feels good to be freed from the misfortunes. I either need some softer clothespins or find something else. Sanctity Aura. Not too many at Gal. Yeah.
We must be close by now.
Yeah, we're pretty close. I mean, 6,600. We only need 84. Then after that, we need 43.35 for the helm. And then we're gonna need to go into Warsong Gulch, which will probably either be maybe Thursday, or I don't know if I'm gonna play on Wednesday night. Maybe. I'll see. Alright, we got a couple of epic mounters here. Usually wind gives us around 700, so that would bring us to 73. So 3 wins or 4 or 5 losses, depending on the games we get. Alright, we already pulled Gal, that's great. take the time for a sip of coffee in case we go back to the misfortunes. Easy gal. Boss wolf hide. It's not even worth it to loot them because I think these are all items you lose when you get out of the battleground. Nice. Okay, we already have 1 tower cap. Are they in bunkers? Not yet. Okay, we got 2 towers cap. That's great. Great! Cap Penguin? We got a capper. Let's make sure he doesn't get the bricked here. Alright, good. Great. I think we're good. We have 7 minutes and a half till servers. 6 minutes. Okay. Somebody says, the pressure is on. Now we got this. Just don't pull early like fucking dumb fucks. Alright, we got, what's this? IBT, tower point. 2 minutes. Who's tanking? Whoa. Go. The fuck are you talking about, bro? Pull and east is about the cap. Yeah, that's pretty rough, bro. Got 5 minutes here. Gotta make sure we don't. No early pulls. Still have 3 War Masters, so 4 War Masters up. Jesus. Ice Blood is about to go down though. I think. They are on the boss. Four minutes and a half. That's a bad plan when TP. 2 War Masters up. It's a recipe for disaster. Alright guys, we can do this. Go, 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 go. Come on. I could res and go. I wouldn't even have time to run into the keep anyways, I think. Alright, well. Once again, we spin the wheel. Alright, 7k on her. Not too shabby. Let's spin the wheel. Alright. Yep. There we go. Okay, it's a no weapons. Great. So, at least for a watch party, we don't have to watch it with a clothespin on the lip for half an hour. We will take a quick bio break. I'll make myself another coffee quickly. And when we come back, we're going to watch Barney's Barney 64 Scarab Lord Adventures, Episode 2. So, let's just hide these. And let's exit the game. Get here. Let's get this here. Like this. This. Let's just skip this. Yeah, I'm poor. We got ads. No, but at the same time, I mean, if we always ad block, people like Barney I think they won't get their money from the ads, the ad revenue for their video. So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that if we all ad block, they don't get their ad revenue. And if they don't get their ad revenue, I mean, how do we want them to be able to keep on being a great content creator like this if they don't have money to sustain their lives? So, we'll be right back. Bio break, and right after we watch Barney. Where is it? Where is it? I'll be right back. It's not there. Sorry. Shit, I don't have it. Jesus. Wait a minute. It's media. Be right back. There we go. It's not great. There we go. Where is it? There. All right, be right back. All right, we're back. Made ourselves a little coffee for this watch party. We are back for Barny 64 Scarab Lord Adventures episode 2. Let's go with this masterpiece.
Scarab Lord AK-40 opening event. So, one of the more hardcore goals we have for vanilla is we want to have the most Scarab Lords in the world.
It was just a dream. Of course, that was months ago. What day is it? 2021? 2021? Well, you know what they say, another year, another video.
Awaken to a world of wonder in Final Fantasy XIV Online.
I feel like I'm forever apologizing for taking so long to make content, but I play World of Warcraft Classic for the PC. I don't get to have free time. What, you thought making content was my job and I should prioritize that? Yeah, me too. Then I realized to make good WoW content, you have to go all in. Fuck. Keep it in the video. I don't care. I've lost my fucking mind at this point. Do you know how long I spend farming consumes just so I can efficiently raid log to edit, right? I raid log to edit, right? Wrong. To level several raiding ults so I can be as useful as possible in the Burning Crusade that we don't even know is coming out yet, by the way. You see, to secure the content of the future, I have to grind in the now. And I'm not going to get Glaives of Azeroth just by virtue of playing a rogue and being a content creator. My guild operates on a very strict merit-based system, and honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way, because it feels good to earn thing in video game. Crazy concept, I know. Ironic, is it not? Playing World of Warcraft has become my true job, and making content is just what I do for fun in my free time. Being a content creator truly is a joker's trick, a monkey's poor wish. You think you want it, but you don't. Speaking of having no free time, do you know what I did on Christmas Day? Killed how many bugs? I spent like, what, 16 hours one day in Warren. Is this seriously trying this pathetic? You're gonna have to kill those bugs? And why you're ignoring it by editing this? No one wants to hear about Welcome to patch 1.12. Nax is out. I got a ring in there last night. Wait, Nax is out? Nax out? Nax is out? Nax out? Yes, Nax is out. If you got the rep to get in. Naturally, I'm exalted. My 72 runs of Stratholm to get Shadowcraft pants speak for themselves. Wish I could tell you that was my worst item grind, but I suffered through 206 full upper Blackrock Spire runs before I even saw a Shadowcraft chest drop. A fate that is statistically improbable, but I have the proof and, well, unlikelier things have happened. In upper Blackrock Spire, the sexual tension between Rend and Nefarian is awkward, and the loot you need seems to never drop. What could be worse? Oh, right. Blizzard introducing spell upgrade books in this patch that only drop from here. I have to go back. Why? With this patch, we also received an array of new quests, which is just classic talk for elaborate vendoring. See, these quests aren't actually real. This is just tier piece vendoring before Blizzard figured out how to code this. However, these quests outside have something very, very important that we're going to need. The Argent Dawn Tabard. Sorry, I mean Consecrated Sharpening Stones. But I am gonna pick up that Tabard too, because it's fucking BIS. Consecrated Sharpening Stones give plus 100 attack power against undead for 1 hour, making instant poison pretty much obsolete in Naxxramas except on the Fairlena and Myexna fights, because they're not undead. By the way, rogues, on Myexna you can vanish the web spray, so go get that 99. Because they're so strong in Naxxramas, I was footage multiple times, by the way. You gotta edit that. You gotta do it now. No one wants to hear about necrotic runes. Maybe they want to hear about Displate, which is this video video sponsor. They do look good on my wall. Every couple of hours, a random invasion will begin somewhere on Azeroth, signified by a purple skull on the map and giant floating ziggurats appearing in the sky somewhere within that zone. If you follow one of the necrotic bolts fired from the ziggurat, you will uncover a horde of ghosts and ghouls protecting a necrotic shard. These mobs can drop single necrotic runes, but the real reason we're here to kill them is to weaken the shard, because once you weaken the shard enough, 4 dudes will teleport down from the ziggurat and attempt to repair it. Using 8 necrotic runes, you can curse one of these dudes and turn him into an elite Shadow of Doom. These dudes fucking slap, by the way. But this is what you came here for, because these elites drop a guaranteed 30 necrotic runes. Now, I could have busted my balls for days, maybe even weeks, fighting against players of both factions for some necrotic runes, but when I heard my friend only got 34 necrotic runes in one day due to the sheer congestion and griefing, I had flashbacks to...
Barney, you get it? That's your time.
Nope, I'm fucking dead. Haha. Something. And was like, yeah, fuck that, there's gotta be a better way. At first, I thought that better way would be to just farm at 4:11 a.m. on a weekday. But it turns out, even if you are lucky enough to get a shard to yourself, which I cannot stress to you enough just how rare that is, you still need a group to help you. A group that is also going to need necrotic runes, and a group that is also probably going to be of a suboptimal setup because it's 4:11 a.m. on a weekday. It took us about 1 hour to clear this shard, and I walked away with 124 necrotic runes. That converts to only 15 sharpening stones, and it will now be 3 hours before another invasion starts. By then, all the dads will be awake, so this is likely as good as it gets. There has to be a better way. Now, that better way wasn't death rolling this warrior for his last 7 gold, which he needed to spend on repairs, but I did it anyway. No, the better way was in fact something so obvious I was surprised I didn't think of it sooner. All I actually had to do was just wait. 1 whole month to be exact, until Christmas Day 2020. When everyone else was offline spending potentially life-threatening quality time with their loved ones, Red Spawn and I came in and cleaned house.
For degeneracy.
And that's how I farmed 200 carapace fragments. I mean, sharpening stone. Wait, what the fuck? What's wrong with my inventory? Wait, this isn't a shard. Where the fuck am I? What's going on? Ah, fuck. Ow. Ow.
You alright?
No, I just fell asleep. I hit my head on my mic. Oh my god, it's only day.
This game, you're not ready for it.
What's that? Nax Ramus? Necrotic runes? What the fuck are you talking about? We're here farming bugs. You have no idea what's going on, do you? Let me catch you up to speed. After Baristolf's permanent resurrection at the hands of the No Changes team, the Horde and the Alliance began warring for the most precious resource of all, territory. After all, he who owns the territory owns the farm within it. Are you picking up what I'm putting down, son? As the hours passed and the many battles waged on, the territory balance shifted like so. Somewhere along the way, guilds of all sizes and creeds began to put aside their super serious dramas to band together under one banner. For the Horde. This was, at least for now, not just a guild versus guild affair, but rather an all-out faction war, and childish infighting was going to have to be put on hold if we were going to get some farm. And so, a natural ecosystem settled in. Above ground, PvP teams would patrol to keep the Alliance out, allowing the farmers below ground to safely acquire fragments. As someone who spent quite a few hours of time doing both, I can attest to you personally that during these hours, it truly felt like I was fighting alongside the Horde as a faction. It really felt like I was, like, actually a guy in the Horde, like, fighting in a real war. Sounds so lame, but it was so fucking cool. I might not be very good at world PvP, but I sure as heck like to participate anyway. Just don't let me catch you alone in Stormwind. God, I fucking love being a... Ow! This system of holding mass territory as a faction had proven to be quite successful, and after a while, the large-scale fights seemed to die down. The Horde, whilst very condensely packed, had their territory in Hive Zora, and the Alliance, whilst not exactly working together as one unit, had their territories in Hive Ashy and Hive Regal. As a full moon rose and the evening settled in, a calm finally swept across Silithus, and for just a brief moment, there was no fighting, there was no drama, no bad vibes, it was just guys being dudes, hanging out, killing some fucking bugs. And then he appeared. The one who would put this tenuous Horde pack to the test. Cloaked in a mantle of feathers, brandishing a mallet scorched by the sun itself, he descended from the cosmic realms, the Sage of the Six Moons. His teachings rang out in the general chat, imparting a most forbidden technique to all druids. A highly illegal Moonfire scroll wheel macro that can tag mobs on frame 1. I'm pretty sure people actually got banned for using this, by the way. With this, the druids would have power to completely disrupt the emergent ebb and flow of Hive Zora. Why be cordial with your fellow faction member and let him have that farm when he literally...
We did this in SOD. Was pretty efficient.
...cannot stop you from tagging it before him. But true balance druids they were not, and what had taken the Horde hours to build up in mere minutes was destroyed forever. So now we had a bunch of druids running rampant below ground, tagging literally every mob on spawn and pissing everybody off.
Oh no!
It also didn't help that the druids responsible for this just so happened to be in guilds who had already gained a reputation over the course of the day for farming in the hives whilst not having proper PvP representation outside, essentially freeloading. And let me tell you, when you're on your 17th consecutive hour of PvPing the Alliance to keep people safe who are in return just stomping all over your goodwill, you start to realize that the enemy might not necessarily have a red name. The enemy might actually just be certain guilds within your own faction, for what is an enemy if not someone going out of their way to hinder your goals? This realization came to be known as the People's Great Awakening. Countless memes on the Grubulus subreddit began circulating at this time, disparaging the rat way of life whilst praising those who had previously struck a fair balance between fighting and farming. These memes, whilst very funny, World of Rat. Unfortunately did very little to dissuade the druids from their path.
No, you can't just steal our tags by using an instant target and cast macro!
Scroll wheel go.
And at this point, most people had realized the grim reality that even if the druids were to stop, it was too little too late. The damage was done. Bad blood was already boiling, reputations had begun to form, and the once proud Horde pact was slowly falling apart. All according to plan. I didn't just spend the last 17 hours merely PvPing and killing bugs, no, I was also sneaking around with my rogue crew, keeping tabs on everything and everyone. I mean, it's literally my job to document this event, right? So by extension, I need to know which guilds are where, their rough numbers, their PvP prowess, their allegiances, their enemies, everything. And as the battles waged on and I harvested this data in secrecy, I started to realize something. The trick to the Alliance's strength, the reason they were able to hold twice as much territory as us. It was just a numbers game with a huge flaw. You see, the Alliance didn't have bigger guilds or better guilds, they just had more guilds. But if these guilds were to start distrusting each other, if those guilds were to stop working together, well, that would be most favorable to Final Boss, a guild no other guild can possibly stand alone against. So I admit it, it was me that summoned the Sage of the Six Moons. Why did I do it? Because after years of baiting a rise out of public server admins on GTA 5 and Gary's Mod, I'm sort of like the deprived mind whisperer.
Well, cause you're a fucking low IQ fucking numbnuts. Talking to you is like talking to a fucking brick wall. You're in my ear, invading my brain and lowering my IQ. Why don't you shut the fuck up for a change and actually use your lukewarm IQ to realize what you've done here and how you are fucking fail.
And I know druid players to be the most deprived minds of all. They try to heal only to be out-healed by everyone else. They try to tank only to be told they're trolling and to re-roll warrior. They try to melee DPS only to be told they're trolling and to re-roll warrior. And God can only help you if you're trying to play a boomkin. Re-roll warrior? Inside the mind of every druid is a complacent, beaten down, pathetic loser who only knows how to take orders. To be a druid is to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. And when you're a master of none, you should probably just reroll warrior. So, when a druid is finally offered not only a way to be useful, but a way to unquestionably become the dominant class in a scenario, they simply wouldn't be able to resist. I orchestrated the Great Druid Uprising, and I did it to sow chaos. Sure, the Horde Pact was dismantled in the process, but more importantly, so was the Alliances, and that was the plan all along.
Albion Online is a sandbox MMORPG in which you write your own...
Quick fact check. The Alliance have more territory. The Alliance have more guilds. The Alliance have more numbers. The Alliance have more druids. I can only imagine the levels of griefing the Alliance were suffering through these hours. So now was the perfect time to strike, and Hive Regal, coveted for its higher drop rates, was our prime target.
Everyone that can hear my voice is abandoning their current position, and you will move at that time. Everybody will group up at 3780.
Is this for a Regal push?
Yes.
I think it's time we let these fucking rats drown. Leaving Hive Zora completely open to attack from the north, my guild consolidated their numbers at a secret location alongside every other true and noble guild left. We were going to hit the now weakened alliance with the full force of the rat-free Horde. For the last 24 hours, Silithus had been the stage to many large and small-scale PvP skirmishes, but nothing would compare to the raid on Hive Regal.
The editing is on par.
The raid on Hive Regal had been a complete success. Such a success, in fact, that for the next 24 hours, nothing else of note happened. Or maybe it did. I wouldn't know. I was in this room the whole time farming bugs. My only contact with the outside world during these hours was through general chat, but because humans aren't designed to sit in front of a screen for 58 hours at a time killing virtual bugs for clout in a 15-year-old video game, general chat was even more general chat than usual. The populace in their delirium were all suffering from a mass hallucination known only as Snake Min, a deity-like figure who doesn't seem to have any certain lore or single point of origin that I could place. He exists only in the delirious scrollings of those who have contracted bug brain, a condition that befalls all those who enter Silithus with the intent of farming fragments. You'll know you have bug brain when you start seeing carapace fragments where you shouldn't be seeing them. You start hearing bugs, the clicking of their mandibles, the howl of the wind as it rolls through the caves, and what day is it? I'm hearing bugs in real life. Sleep. Just keep farming fragments. What the fuck is a fragment? I should type in general chat. I'm severely sleep deprived. And you see him, Snake Min. He is a reflection of you. His values are your values, and that's comforting. Praise him. Praise him. Bugs. Praise him. Farm bugs. However, after deciphering several general chat messages, it seems that during these hours, Hive Zora went on to become a volatile rat kingdom with no consistent faction balance. Pretty much no man's land. If you were a small guild attempting a scarab lord or just a business person trying to sell bug killing services, Hive Zora was probably your best bet. As for Hive Ashi, well, that's Alliance territory, and that's all the data I have, because I was killing bugs. In fact, we were able to farm for so long uninterrupted in Hive Regal during these hours that we fully farmed not one, but 2 Scarab Lords worth of reputation, which looking back at it now was the peak of our farming efficiency. I don't know if it was because people hadn't burned out yet, or the fact that we had uncontested free farm for 24 hours, or the fact that we just had so many people, but we were harvesting fragments at an unbelievable pace. It was during these hours that I also managed to complete my personal task of gaining 200 fragments solo, just to see how long hypothetically it would take for me to farm Scarab Lord myself. And so just before I went to bed, for the first time in 3 days by the way, I went to hand them in. But before that,
Displate.
Metallic posters for your walls. With over 1.4 million designs ranging from gaming, anime, movies, to nature, you're bound to find something you like, in a size that suits the space you have to work with. It turns out a lot of artists I follow on Twitter have stores on Displate, which made my selection rather easy. How could I not go for Dreamwalker's incredible Warcraft vistas, or these beautiful pastel wave cityscapes by Allura? Installation takes literally 20 seconds. You just stick it to the wall with magnets. It's so easy a paladin player could do it. Warning, browsing this website will absolutely make you want to purchase Displate, so make sure you're either a content creator capable of using your clout to decorate your apartment for free, or using my discount link in the description, which if you use will get you 30% off your first 2 Displates, or 37% off if you get 3 or more. Wow! I'm currently smelting my thorium that I have been getting from rich thorium veins that I have been sneaking from other people.
Yo, Barney, fuck off.
I got prepped too. I gotta get those arcane crystals. And I'm about to go to bed. I've been awake for too long. But before I go to bed, I'm gonna hand in these 200 fragments. Probably my only 200 fragments. I've actually farmed like 800 fragments, but I only kept like 1 in 4. Reminder, to progress past this part, I would have to hand in enough fragments to fill this bar, and then 2 more. Handing in these fragments will give me 200 rep.
Yep, that's a grind.
I'm going to bed. And go to bed I did, wherein I caught a delicious 6 hours of sleep before more work. Now, of course, some of you might be thinking, wait, you're still farming bugs, but Why? You've pretty much seen for yourself that Scarab Lord isn't gonna happen. Why are you still torturing yourself? And to that I say, I made a promise I intend to keep, that I would live up to the mantle of the best Horde content creator and make something truly epic on this event. And do you really think that this is a good ending? Right here, right now? I didn't think so. We still have Scarab Lords to farm. We still have quests to help with. And I'll be damned if the last 3 days were for nothing. I don't go back on my word. I promised you the good content, and I'm gonna fucking deliver. Because that's my ninja way. And so that's why I, after only 6 hours of sleep, reawoke and logged right back onto World of Warcraft. However, this was not the Silithus I had left behind. In my absence, the largest Alliance guild, Goof, whom we pushed out of Hive Regal some 30 hours ago, had reclaimed the entire West Hive in a similar fashioned raid, leaving Final Boss with the South Hive and the surface surrounding. And as you've probably already guessed, the East Hive fell to the rats. Goddamn fucking rats. Goof, knowing that it would probably take the entirety of Final Boss to clear them out, had in this moment made a very clever play. We can't go and fight them because that would leave our hive open to the rats. They can't come and fight us because that would leave their hive open to the rats. Ah, so we have a stalemate, right? No. Unfortunately, all the people with PvP sense were at this time asleep, and so those that were left decided, fuck it, let's just fight anyway. Remember how I said both hives would be left open to the rats if this occurred? Well, that's exactly what fucking happened. Wow, I can't believe it. Luckily, some strategic masterminds were able to log in before me and negotiate a ceasefire, and I guess part of that ceasefire agreement was that our best PvP rogue, Kim Possible, would be taken hostage by the enemy. This is literally what I logged in to see. Roleplay? From the 2 sweatiest guilds on the server? Huh? This is how you know bug brain is a real thing. Hours passed, and it was clear that the easy free farming of yore was over. The war between Goof and Final Boss had definitely been a huge blunder for both sides. Alas, this was the new reality. A reality of slow farm and rats. So many rats, so many bugs, so many rats. And if things couldn't get worse, I then heard that one noise no one wants to hear in World of Warcraft. There was an enemy rogue in the cave. So now I had to worry about this fucking rat called, literally called Ratbag in front of me stealing my tags. And I also had to be worried about the unknown assassin who was definitely gonna jump me at low health for that easy honor kill. But then there came so many occasions over the next hour where I was definitely low enough to just be a free kill, but I didn't get killed. The scenario made no sense. The rogue was still here. I just saw him in the back. But he wasn't doing anything. This puzzle weighed heavily on my mental, so much so that I ended up losing my first tag to Ratbag in about an hour. Or did I? Your eyes do not deceive you. The gnome rogue ran straight through me to get to Ratbag, the only person not in Final Boss in this cave, by the way, and unalived him. And I mean, am I gonna really get involved? This is a pretty good scenario for me. But hold on a second. I know that name. That rogue is in Goof. What the fuck is going on? So here's what the fuck was going on. The reason Goof wanted to take Kim Possible, the best PvP rogue we have to offer, hostage, was because they could then put Kim Possible to work in their hives killing their rats. I love this game. And Kim had done such a fucking good job, as is to be expected, that they felt obligated to return the favor by sending rogues into our hives to clear out our rats. But now that I knew what was going on, I wasn't going to let Kim have all the fun. I tailed Romrek back to the deepest recesses of the Goof hive and scanned for any target not wearing the Goof Troop guild tag. Rat located. I then waited for them to do rat stuff, where I intervened and did rogue stuff. And of course, Goof let me kill them with no retaliation. So I did what I do best and camped them till they logged off. The Rat Exterminator exchange program had formed. I and others would periodically cruise through Goof Hive to make sure it was nice and goof and unalive any non-goofers that were found. And on the flip side, whenever it was obvious a rat was overstaying their welcome in the Final Boss Hive, I would walk into the Goof Hive and beckon someone to come my way. They would then follow me back to the Final Boss Hive and camp every rat until they either spirit revived, or in the case of this warlock Frywood, logged off. I do have to give Frywood props though. Out of every rat across this entire event, they were the most persistent and the most annoying to deal with. They had me on ignore since the moment they showed up here, and they griefed my tags for like a week straight. Almost like they were trying to get in the video or something, so fuck you, I'm not showing any of it. As the days flew by and we ticked off more and more Scarab Lords, it seemed we had finally created the perfect farming ecosystem. We had the South Hive, Goof had the West Hive, we shared the surface, and rats were heavily deterred from disrupting this, knowing exactly who would be waiting on the other end to camp them. And in hindsight, it seemed so obvious. We should have just been doing this from the start. After all, Final Boss and Goof have the same goal. We both just want to get as many Scarab Lords as possible. And we're both the largest, most try-hard guilds of our respective factions. This only just makes sense. But this allegiance would never have formed if not for a stupid bit of roleplay at like 4 AM, and this is why I will never not play on roleplay servers. This just wouldn't have happened. A silly little roleplay wherein they took our best PvPer hostage, started events that would soon turn into the greatest farming efficiency module we had had since we controlled all of Regal. Sure, we weren't farming as many fragments per hour, but they were safe, easy, rat-free fragments, farmed alongside gamers who are striving for the same goal as you. Absurd numbers of Scarab Lords. What we lost in fragments per hour, we made up in morale and team spirit. And honestly, I really believe that if it wasn't for Goof, people in Final Boss probably would have burnt out way sooner. But of course, Hive Regal is a secluded corner of Silithus. What happens in Hive Regal stays in Hive Regal. And so for those looking in, they didn't see the events that led up to this allegiance. They didn't see the war, they didn't see the roleplay, they didn't see this collaborative effort as something to praise. All they saw was collusion. Cross-faction collusion evidence collection thread. The rats were pissed. Hello all. The past few days, I've been collecting and editing down evidence to send to Blizzard regarding this recent Final Boss / Mastermind / Goof Troop collusion. Now with Obsidian Council, it looks like. Feel free to add any evidence to the collection. I'm still going through video, and I reckon the more evidence / emails, the better. This just ends up making the game worse, so hopefully we can do something to push back against it. And attached to the thread was just a bunch of clips / screenshots of random rats just getting owned and being surprised they couldn't walk in as a solo player and just free farm in Hive Regal. Suffice to say, we didn't get banned, shockingly, but it just goes to show how badly Bug Brain was affecting some players. For them, it was tough to see that the fact of the matter was Final Boss and Goof had just realized fighting each other at this point was a waste of time, and the best course of action to achieve the goal of farming as many Scarab Lords as possible was to just keep each other happy. This was a destined fate. It could have gone no other way, and the proof of this is that this Horde X Alliance large guild team-up was being mirrored across plenty of other servers. More importantly, however, this was also being mirrored in the fucking lore taking place in this event right now. The Horde and the Alliance are canonically teaming up to storm Anchorage. Did you miss that? This is peak World of Warcraft! But as the Bug Brain virus spread, the collusion statements began to increase in ridiculousness. For example, collusion on an RP server should be grounds for immediate removal, which is just, bro, you're playing on an RP server. How do you think this occurs, if not for collusion between factions? LOL. Was me not killing Kumin collusion?
Bon, un autre qui avait oublié ici. On commence à être serré, là. Ah, on devrait lui proposer de le donner à sa sœur. En tout cas, s'il fonctionne vraiment plus, moi, je peux l'apporter au point de dépôt. J'ai mon permis. Et si c'est pas bien loin, on peut même y aller à pied.
Procurez-vous les liquigels Advil pour un soulagement rapide et efficace.
MOAR
Surmontez la douleur
AV.
tenace et la fièvre grâce à la puissance des liquigels Advil. Essayez les liquigels Advil, la puissance liquide pour un soulagement rapide.
Hi, welcome to Did You Know, idiot? The Horde and the Alliance learning to put aside their differences to work together for a common goal has only been like the main plot point for like every single fucking WoW expansion since, I don't know, like Warcraft even existed.
Only together, united against the shadow, will you be able to save this world from the flame.
You and I stood side by side on the slopes of Mount Haijan. That world tree did not fall because the Horde and the Alliance worked together.
Cross-faction collusion. Consider yourself reported, you dirty colluders. Now, I am cherry-picking. It is worth noting that these rats were definitely in the minority of people, but they were a very fucking loud minority. So loud, in fact, that sitting President Donald Trump was forced to make a statement to combat the fake news regarding the collusion. Someone commissioned this and put it in my guild Discord. I had to use it.
This is for the WoW Classic server. Grabulous, okay? You need to know that the Goof Troop did not collude with the final boss. There was zero collusion. They are innocent, okay? Everything being said is fake news. All charges dropped. Did you hear that? All charges dropped. dropped.
With a full pardon from the President of the United States, Goof and Final Boss continued to work together towards securing Grobulus's legacy. Together, we were going to farm as many Scarab Lords as possible before the gates would open. But time was running out. As guilds began finishing up their bug farming and moving on to the next part of this cursed quest, don't ruin his moment, you idiot, they would naturally turn their focus towards completing the war effort. After all, they want to go and open Anchorage and raid it. It's like the whole point of this event. At this point in the timeline, it's August 8th, 2020, a very special date. There is currently only one scepter bearer, Typo, but that's all about to change. For if I were to jump forward one day, 4 other people obtained their scepters overnight. I was there, and it was quite something, but we'll get to that later. Because that's not why August 8th was special, no. For that, we need to turn our attention to the war effort data between August 8th and August 9th. August 8th and August 9th. Did you see it? That's an awful lot of Peace Bloom handed in on the Horde side, don't you think? 25,380 Peace Bloom to be exact. Well, that's because August 8th was a very special day. The day of the Peace Bloom DKP.
Dawnbreaker, Peace Bloom DKP. Dawnbreaker invites all Grobulans to its first Molten Core PDKP. Buy gear with Peace Bloom. Wow. Wow. Time. Discord. See you soon. Farm Peace Bloom.
Thanks, Heavy Hoof. I will. And I did, because this post was made like a week before now, and when you're sitting in a cave farming bugs for days on end, there's a lot of downtime. A lot of downtime to alt-tab onto your secret alt no one knows about, and pick Peace Bloom completely anonymously in Durotar. That's a lot of Peace Bloom. But the real flowers were the friends I made along the way. Now, you might be wondering, wait, don't you want to prevent the war effort from being completed? After all, once it completes, there are only 5 days until the gates open, and then you can't farm Scarab Lords anymore. And yes, you are right, but the numbers. Peace Bloom is pretty damn easy to come by, so you know those bids are going to get absolutely fucking crazy. Oh my god. And if it's one thing gamers like seeing, it's big fucking numbers. And when else am I going to get the chance to see someone buy a Mage Blade with flowers? I have no choice but to go. However, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not going to be bidding on any items myself. Corehound Tooth? Perdition's Blade? No thanks. I'm good with my incredibly suboptimal double gut gore ripper. Yes, I have Distracting Dagger in the bank, and no, I'm not going to use it, because even with this handicap, I'm literally a worldwide all-star, and you're all fucking cringe. But wait, then why are you farming Peace Bloom for the Peace Bloom DKP if you're not going to bid on items with your Peace Bloom and the Peace Bloom DKP? Come on, guys, you know the answer to that. Chaos. After this Molten Core, I'm gonna run through the logs and check to see who are the absolute worst players, and then I'm gonna give them all my fucking Peace Bloom. I think the true spirit of the war effort is to give everything you have for a greater cause. And what could be a greater cause than gearing up some guy who's gonna quit before Naxxramas? Now that's content.
Welcome to Molten Core. Hope you like the entrance, by the way.
Now, as explained last episode, a GDKP is a raid wherein the loot is bid on with gold at the end, and then everyone receives an even split of that gold. With these base rules in mind, and knowing that the objective of this raid is to get as much Peace Bloom as possible for the war effort, one can reasonably assume that there is going to be no Peace Bloom cut at the end of this raid, since it's all going to be handed in. However, there was one more slight quirk to this GDKP that, in hindsight, I can't help but feel should have been on the advertisement. Instead, this quirk was nestled deep inside a Discord chat that most people had only just now started gaining access to. Now, because of the events you're about to see, I no longer have access to the Discord, so you're gonna have to put up with my MS Paint recreation. Within this room in this Discord was a list of every piece of Molten Core gear. Each piece of gear had a number assigned to it, and that number indicated the flat price. Like a base price for bidding, right?
EVE to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where
If you wanted gear from this GDKP, you would first pay that flat price, and then you would, wait for it, /roll on the gear along with everyone else who wants to buy a roll? Does this sound like a GDKP to you? No? What the hell is this? Why would they call it a GDKP if you can't even bid on gear? This actually is just a free roll pug with extra steps, and there's a reason free roll pugs don't exist anymore, and that's because they are shit. But there you have it. I had joined the world's first GDKP with no bidding allowed. It was clear many people were expecting this GDKP to be run, for use of a better word, properly.
Am I reading this item sheet correctly? There's no bidding?
Wait, what? I thought this was a DKP.
Someone was going to have to speak to the manager. Once we had zoned into the instance and we were all inside the same voice chat, I decided that someone was going to have to be me. If this is to get, like, the maximum amount of Peace Bloom as possible for the war effort, how come we're not bidding? Surely it would make more sense to let people just bid? Because that's what, like, a DKP is. My argument? Irrefutable. My social capital? Extensive. My intellect? Unmatched. The facts and logic were aligned for a perfect KO. But the response I got might surprise you. Or it might not. I think we all know how this one ends.
If there Peace Bloom in the end, you can still turn that in.
Yeah, you're not planning on turning it in anyway?
No, I wasn't. I don't think most people here were planning on doing that. I think most people were here to buy gear with Peace Bloom and then just auction house what they didn't use. I think expecting fresh level 60 casuals to care about your war effort above their own gold income is fucking insane. Especially when, let's just keep it real, most of these players are not going to clear AQ40. In fact, I think it's a safe bet to say that 50% of these players will probably never even walk into the instance portal. But as for me, my Peace Bloom, I would rather just delete it. And that's what I told them.
Yeah, you're not planning on turning it in anyway?
Delete that shit. Fuck the horse.
Yeah, I would sooner delete it than not get anything in
That's up
return.
to you, man. You can sell it, you can delete it.
You should play Alliance, you fucking
With the Game Awards in full effect, it seemed I had upset the host with my humble suggestion to run this DKP properly. And the host had evidently not caught on yet to the fact that a lot of people in this raid were feeling pretty pissed off and misled. I recognized some of these names in the raid. I had seen them on my farming ult. They had spent days picking Peace Bloom alongside me, or against me, I guess. So I knew they definitely had at least as much as me. Naturally, they didn't want to let their farming be for nothing, and so they started bargaining.
What if you pay double? Can you get an additional roll?
That's a good idea. And that was a good idea. If people could pay double their roll fee each time they wanted to re-roll, things would at least be more interesting. It still wouldn't be a DKP, but at least it wouldn't be whatever this is. And it wouldn't fuck over the poor noobs who have spent 7 days picking flowers. For God's sake, won't someone think of the noobs? With too many people asking too many questions, Heavy Hoof was out of options. He was about to explain why there was no bidding, why any idea that involved acquiring more Peace Bloom would be thrown out immediately. And that reason was...
I didn't really want to deal with the logistics of having to deal with bids that go up to the 10,000s.
Fuck. Yeah, but isn't that like the point? Was I wrong? I don't think so. But I do see where Heavy Hoof was coming from. I wouldn't want to deal with the logistics of trading several thousand Peace Bloom either. But that's why I'm not running a fucking Peace Bloom DKP. Am I making sense here? Or I don't host Super Bowl parties either. Wanna know why? Because I don't like football. Also, I don't own a fucking TV. So don't you think it would be a bit shit of me to then host one anyway, and then when people show up to my Super Bowl party and start asking where the game is, I turn around and say, Super Bowl party? This is a superb owl party. You read my invitation wrong. And then when no one buys that, I come clean and say, okay guys, I know there's no TV, but think about this from my perspective, okay? I don't want to deal with the logistics of having to go to television. Come on, man. Yeah, but surely you can agree that it's misleading to say this is a DKP when you're missing the entire point of a DKP, right?
Yeah, I don't want to discuss this really.
No, the point was to get people to fucking farm Peace Bloom and then turn it in. So if you want to go turn it in, go turn it in. We're gonna raid MC and then have fun. So if you don't like it, get the fuck out.
Whoa, you good?
No, we're good, dude. Like, you're just making this shit take longer. So we're gonna go ahead and do it.
Okay, but one more question. Do you guys think Heavy Hoof is acting sus?
Well, dude, if you don't like it, feel free to leave.
If I leave, will you answer the question?
It's a stupid fucking question.
I don't think so.
Perfect.
Well, we do. We all do.
Alright, let's bolt.
These vibes were fucking rancid. So terrible, in fact, that given the choice between experiencing my first change of scenery in 2 weeks and farming bugs, I picked the bugs. Get me the fuck out of here.
You flame.
Pendant la saison du rhume, un éternuement peut tout changer. Emergency. Une délicieuse source de vitamines, de minéraux et d'électrolytes pour soutenir votre énergie et votre immunité. Allez-y avec Emergency.
Hi.
Hold on, 1 sec. Yo, Barney, how was the Peace Bloom GDKP, dude?
Not good, you guys. Not good. The Peace Bloom DKP had been a resounding disappointment. In an alternate timeline, it was probably a really fun raid with sick loot. Alas, we are here in the timeline where the people who stayed lament to me in real time how shit the raid is. I would be lying to you if I told you that the entire situation had low-key pissed me off, because my ire was far from low-key. 2 weeks of farming bugs had left my mental on its last thread, and this molten core experience had just burned it to ash. I was about to go from Barny Beekeeper to Barny Gatekeeper. In October of 2019, you asked me how I make my gold, and I gave you my honest answer. And you all laughed at me. Funny little salesman selling his funny little Lucky Charms. How cute, but also stupid. Roleplayers are so fucking stupid, aren't they?
Imagine some random dipshit just comes up to you and wants to trade you a white item that does nothing. And then you tell him, I don't want it. And he's like, no, you do want it. And he just keeps fucking insisting. Yeah, I can only imagine how annoying that would be.
Jesus.
This is the beekeeper fortune. Depending on who you ask, this is either blood money acquired through the peddling of useless items, or the life savings of an idiot commodifying forces above his understanding. I personally think my overexposure to dragons is to blame, because more and more I find myself compulsed to hoard gold. With each month I seem to double my charm output with no end in sight, but I digress. Up until now I had remained a passive player in the war effort, but no more. I was going to use every single piece of gold I had to delay that gate from opening for as long as I possibly could. Starting, of course, with the Peace Bloom market, which I swiftly bought out in its entirety. Gaze in awe as I deal with the logistics of trading several thousand Peace Bloom to my bank hold. Delicious vendor trash. Yes, I could post this all back on the auction house for an easy profit, but I don't want anyone handing in anything. This isn't money to turn into more money. This is money to burn. And so I went down the war effort list, draining each and every resource from the auction house until it was drier than my bones. One thing you should know about me by now is I don't really half-ass anything. Which is why I then took a flight path straight to Gadget Sand to clean out the neutral auction house as well. As I pulled up alongside a gnome mage and made my search for linen bandages, the current hot item, I found a bunch of listings for 1 copper each. Well, that's good timing. As I started to buy them, I found that someone else was buying them at the same time as me, so I instead started from the bottom and worked my way up. It was at this point that I got a whisper.
Those are for the Alliance, dude. Stop buying them.
Was the gnome next to me buying these auctions from a Horde player?
Sounds like collusion to me.
I'd have to double my purchasing speeds lest our pure roleplay server fall victim to yet more game-breaking collusion. Question mark? I responded.
The linen cloths you just bought for 1 copper a stack are for the Alliance war effort.
Okay, cool. They can buy them from me for a higher price then. This, of course, was a lie. I obviously wasn't planning on reselling anything, but I said this because I knew it would piss him off.
Fuck you.
I tried to respond, but they put me on ignore. They then went and cried about it on the Grobulus Discord, stating,
shout out to Barny B from Final Boss for buying the bandages and raising the price on them. 100.
To which Roxy, whom we might meet later, said,
lol at Barny B.
And tagged me. UJ, World Buff Fanatic, King of the Colluders, and Rat Royalty, then responds,
yeah, don't blind sell any items. I can hook you up with some contacts.
The colluding Warlock then says,
I was coordinating it.
Oh, when you guys do it, it's coordinating, I see.
The ally I was selling them to was right there buying them as I posted. Barny B just bought fast.
And buy faster I did. I cleaned out the neutral auction house of every single war effort material, but somehow I still wasn't sated. There was only one thing left to do. As I started on my flight to Thunderbluff to camp the Horde auction house, I alt-tabbed to my guild Discord. At everyone. From now until the conclusion of the war effort, I will be reimbursing all war effort material purchases with 5% interest. Please screenshot your TSM Ledger purchase history and proof that you vended or deleted the items to receive payment. Ideally, I'd like people stationed at both neutral and Horde auction houses 24/7, so if you have as much time as I have money to burn, please do your part for our most noble goal and stop this war effort! However, word travels fast. Faster than a wind rider, it seems, because when I showed up to Thunderbluff to do my thing, I was swiftly assassinated by 2 rogues. It was clear I personally was not safe to show my face near any auction houses ever again, but that mattered not. I already had my little busy bees out doing the beekeeper's bidding, so I could get back to Silithus to farm bugs. And then my computer crashed because my hard drive had failed. The hard drive containing every single piece of footage I recorded for this event thus far, now inaccessible.
Oh no.
Corrupted. All gone. My roommate and I troubleshooted for hours on end as we tried to get the data off the hard drive, but nothing worked. We were left with just one option, which was to send the hard drive off for data recovery, which costs thousands of dollars and might not even yield any results. But I didn't have thousands of dollars to spend on data recovery anyway, so I was fucked. This was a one-hit kill to my morale. It had all been for nothing, and I wasn't just done with Scarab Lord. I was done with World of Warcraft. I picked up my phone and opened Discord to let my GM know I was quitting, but he had already messaged me first. A link to the Scarab Lord list. It had been updated. My selfless dedication to the cause had not gone unnoticed, and given that final boss runs on a merit-based system, the Scarab Lord target list had undergone some renovations. I was now no longer number 18 on the list. I had been bumped up quite a few places to number 11. Holy shit, this might actually be doable. I glanced down at my computer, inside of which lay a rotting, inaccessible hard drive. I may have lost everything that came before, but I can still show you how this finishes. I plugged in a 3 terabyte external hard drive and re-downloaded World of Warcraft, because I made a promise.
Alright, that was episode 2 of this masterpiece here. Where am I? Here. Alright, so maintenance is probably done with. Let's see. We have just a little bit over an hour to get into more AVs. When we left before maintenance, we spun the wheel and we landed on no weapons. So we are going unarmed into AV and hoping for a win so we can reset. Or, for you guys' delight, maybe another misfortune. Alright, so there we go. There we go. Kind of cold in here. So, hope you guys enjoyed Barney's episode 2 of the Scarab Lord Adventures. Every time I watch it, I'm stoked at all the work that's been put into that series. It gets even better the more you get further into the episodes. Episode 3 and 4 are masterpieces too. Pretty good. I've left the link in the description of the YouTube stream. Go give Barney some love. Go watch it on his channel. Go give him a sub. Tell him, give them a sub. It's worth it. I didn't put out any WoW content lately, but I still see them go live on Twitch. They play random games. They do their thing. Alright, so we are either 2 wins from getting the gloves, or maybe 3 or 4 losses. We are going without weapons because we spun the wheel of misfortunes. It landed on no weapons. A punching paladin. Can't even use Crusader Strike. Let's drop our AB quest and see.
You got my attention.
What the fuck, man?
Watch, get her back.
Pick it up again. Oh, go. Right, let's hope nobody noticed that we are unarmed. We're going for punchy punchies. Can we get more buffs, please? Thank you. I need more. Do, 1 minute until. This Grand Marshal looks pretty good. Alright, the gal. We are gonna punch its face. For anybody joining us right now, thanks for checking in. The rules are simple for the Wheel of Misfortunes. We lose, we spin the wheel, resets on wins, and we go on until the end of the stream. At the moment we are at 1 misfortune, which is to go unarmed. Let's see here, we have no weapons, no shield. I was debating if no weapons meant no shield too, but I mean, is it really worth to have the shield? Let's make it extra spicy. Yeah, I can't believe they put AB daily 2 days in a row. Sucks hard. Alright, we got a couple of epic mounters leading the charge. Boop, 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 boop. Pretty poor. Only 272 gold. Not doing much damage here. Alright. We are still undercover here. Nobody called us out for having no weapons. With the mine. That's great. Got the Ice Blood Graveyard. Which is this one here, I think. Yep. Nobody capped? Yeah, somebody capped. I don't know what this guy is rambling about, but some people still some people still cap the tower. Shit. Some horde here. God. God, no. God. Going past. Might have to double back and help, I guess. Oh, okay. People are pushing through. Just hope we don't get backdoored here because of this. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Shit. Let's go. Let's go try and cap the tower here. Heard a row. Shit. A lot of rows here. Got sapped. Blinded. Resap. Right, going down.
Attack!
Got multiple in there. Let's go to the other one. Oh. Yeah, we can't do shit with no weapons. Where are we? Womp womp womp. Explosión de fuego. Yep. All right, we got some graveyards. Oh, should they recap the bottom one? Where are we? Big incoming at IBT, which is this one. Okay, we got it destroyed. Great. If they're big incoming, that means they're not far. Shit, they're getting a graveyard here. Let's fuck it. Yeah, this doesn't look good as a game. Shit, I hate this one. No weapons? It's worse than I thought. shit, no. Womp womp womp. What happened there? Choking the point there. What's this? It's blood. Okay, we're way ahead on reinforcements though. I think we should just try to not die. Alright, we got the graveyard back. This guy engages, I can try to stun him so friends can jump him. Unless they abandon me and I'm left alone with it. Alright, we got one. You're gonna die. Oh, shit. Missed a lay on the hands. Alright, okay. We res at Ice Blood. That's not too bad. We can... Can we? Okay, they got a bunker. We don't have any towers. That's bad. But we can try to retake the... Try to push a heal to this guy.
That's still recharging.
Alright, we're punching our way through. We got it great. Got 2 reses here. Mana's low. Where's the water? The water. Gotta drink a bit. Man, this misfortune is worse than I thought. Really? Alright, spin it, spin the wheel. Yeah, let's go. Now we gotta defend it. Oh, did he block my... We can still cast Hammer of Wrath at least. Alright, I think we wiped them here. Good. We can push. Screw you, bro. Let's drink a bit. Are we gonna die from this? No, okay. It's close though. Got a rogue here. Shit, they pulled our boss. Okay, we pulled theirs. I hope it's a good pull and not a fluke like earlier. Radon? What the fuck is that? Okay, we did not. Really? Still have... bullet? Whoopsie. They got a rogue in. Sure. Is he resetting? Yeah, he is. Ah, shit.
Oh no! We suck again!
Okay. So let's spin the wheel. Go on. Alright. Without further ado, what do we get? Oh my god. Alright. We play one-handed. Gonna keep this hand visible at all times. This is almost as bad as being a clicker. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to. Jeez, sweet. I'm moving my mouse closer to my numbers here for. Closer to my keybinds. How much honor? Alright, we need a win. And even with a win, I think it's not enough. Jesus. Alright. So current misfortunes are play one-handed and unarmed. Let's pray for a win here, because this is not gonna be good. Mm-hmm. What kind of gear is this? That's their blue PvP gear. It looks pretty good. Often still has some communal stuff. Communal neck, cloak. Womp womp womp. So, for anyone checking in.
Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
We spiced things up today with the Wheel of Misfortunes. We are currently on 2 misfortunes, which is play one-handed and no weapons. So, let's go. Let's go and see how badly that goes. Sure. Yeah, that's the stream. Great. Where are these not going? Oh, hi. Ohio. Jesus. Alright, we got 35 minutes left. There we go. One-handed. And no weapons. This is going to be complete fuckfest. Doop doop doo 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 doo. Playing one-handed. It's gonna look bad. Very bad. Alright. Fingers crossed for a win. Need to reset and regain our weapon. Oh my god. Got the one-handed misfortunes. Are we gonna be able to win this one? Freaking hope so. All in quick. I wonder if it would be workable to just everybody zerg south and kill Drek, even though he has like towers up. But I think it's might be a recipe for disaster at this point. Alright, so it's hard to turn my camera and move at the same time with only one hand. Shit. Full gal. Alright, okay. Manage something here. Probably not damaged though. Jesus. Still one-handed, unarmed. We need a win, guys. We need a win. Okay, we have a lot here. Wonder if anyone went south before. Shit, they're already at the bunker. We don't have a tower yet. Seems pretty bad. Somebody's spinning. Good job, I'm still getting it. Alright, good. Got it. Let's go. No graveyarders. Shit. This guy wanted to res, but we're long gone. Alright, we got a tower. Let's get this graveyard. Spinning. Alright, they killed the rogue. He's spinny spinny. Let's go, let's go. Looks like there's nobody in the graveyard, but some... Okay, this one is Alliance. This one is hard to see from here. Yeah, it looks like Alliance. That's weird. Man, the judgment set looks freaking great. Let's get the fuck out of here. Jesus. I hear rogue stuff going up. And they pulled. Try not to die here. Fuck me, man.
Oh no! We suck again!
Shit, no, we're not gonna get at 3 misfortunes. Let's spin it up. Oh, god damn it. Womp womp womp.
Is this all a joke to you?
Alright. Well, let's pick up a new one and put it on the other side. There we go. Let's queue up.
What's on your mind?
We are currently at 3 misfortune. It doesn't look good, no? Let's put it on the upper list and see what it looks like. So, for anybody checking in at the moment, we are grinding AVs, and for every loss, we spin the wheel of misfortunes. Rules are simple. 1 loss, we spin, we win, we reset. We are currently at 3 losses. Yeah. 3 last ones were losses. And we got no weapons. What's the other one? Yeah, play one-handed. Just here. Cuckoo. And now we got a close fin on the lip. So, praying for a win here. Playing one-handed is pretty bad. But I think that the worst is no weapons at the moment. Because